Alright, continue example 5.1. C, continue. Number 4. By using p-value method, can the accountant conclude that there is a difference in the mean number of fruits in the 3 department at 95% confidence level? So now they ask us to use p-value method. So in p-value method, there are 4 steps. Right, before that, so this is your Microsoft Excel output. If you notice, we have the p-value here. How do we get the p-value? So I will show you the step-by-step in conducting Microsoft Office Excel for one-way ANOVA. So how do we get p-value from the Excel output? So I'll show you one by one. First, open your Excel. So this is your Excel, book 1. And then step number 1 is insert your data. You have administration, purchasing, marketing, and this one is number of fruits. Okay, this is step number 1. Step number 2, you go to your data analysis. Before that, make sure that you have add in data analysis in your Excel. We have learned before how to add in data analysis in your Excel. And then these windows will appear. Right. Step number 3, choose ANOVA single factor for one-way ANOVA, and then you click OK. These windows will appear. So next step, step number 4, you choose this one. Input range is your data. So then you select your data. Select your data here or here. And then step number 6, you check the label in first row because the first row you have the label administration, purchasing, and marketing. Next step, before that, you choose your alpha. Our alpha is 0.05 based on the question. And then you check the output range. Output range is where you want to put your output. And then you click this point. And step number 9, you can click everywhere, anywhere that you want to put your output range, and then you click OK. Then your output will look like this. This is your data. So this is your Excel output. So this part will be the one-way ANOVA. If you notice here, you will have a p value. So that's how we got the p value from the Excel. That's how we conduct a one-way ANOVA using Microsoft Office Excel. So let's go back to. So I hope you're clear about conducting Microsoft Office Excel for one-way ANOVA and how do we get the p-value. So don't worry, normally the Excel output and the p-value will be given. Right, so continue the question. By using p-value method, can the accountant conclude that there is a difference in the mean number of fruits in the 3 departments by using 95% confidence level? So step number 1 is your hypothesis. So what is your hypothesis? H null mu1 equals to mu2 equals to mu3, or all population mean is equal. So either one also acceptable. So your H1 will be mu I not equals to mu j for at least 1i not equals to j, or you can write down at least one population mean is different. Okay, how about step number 2? Step number 2 in p-value method is state your p-value. From the Excel output, our p-value is 0.0789. So step number 3, we want to reject or accept H null. What is the condition to reject? We will reject H null if p-value equals or less than alpha. So look at our p-value. Since p-value is equals to 0.0789, 0.07 lagi besar daripada 0.05, greater than alpha 0.05, we have to reject or accept H null. Do not reject H null, or accept H null. Last step, step number 4 is your conclusion at alpha 0.05. You accept H null, okay? You accept this one. So means that all population mean is equal. Or you can write down there is no difference in the population mean. Okay, so sama je. So different department, number of road dia, average number of road dia sama. Tak kisahlah department mana sekalipun, purata number of road dia sama. If you notice, if we use p-value method, you also will get accept H null. If you use conventional method, you also will get accept H null. So it depends on which method you want to use. Normally, p-value method is easier and simple. Okay, that's the solution for example 5.C. Right, so I hope you can study again and understand how to solve one-way ANOVA from the determine of the independent variable, determine the factor, determine the treatment, conduct using conventional method, and then conduct one-way using p-value method. So hi guys, let's continue our exercise for one-way ANOVA. So before this, we have to look at the example. Now the exercise. Suppose you have to do on your own the exercise, but I will show you one exercise, okay? One by one. Okay, exercise 5.1C. A consumer organization was concerned about the differences between the advertised size of containers and the actual amount of product. In a preliminary study, 6 packages of 3 different brands of margarine they are supposed to contain 500 ml were measured. The Excel output is illustrated as figure below. So you have this output. Okay, this one is the Excel output. So this is the p-value. F capital here is your F test. F crit here is your F alpha, nu1, nu2. Alright, number 1. Identify the number of treatments and list all the treatment. So in this study, we have, you want to study about the 3 different brands of margarine and the actual amount of product. So you will have here the independent variable. The independent variable will be the brands. How many brands we have? We have brand 1, brand 2, and brand 3. So this one will be your K, your treatment. So identify number of treatment. Treatment K equals to 3. And list all the treatment. You have brand 1, brand 2, and brand 3. Okay, number 2. Determine the number of factors. So factors come from independent variable. So there's only one factor. Number 3, by using conventional method. Do this data provide sufficient evidence to conclude that difference exists between the 3 brands? So using conventional method. You will have the 5 step of procedure. Okay, step number 1, your H null and H1. How many treatment we have? 3. So mu1 equals to mu2 equals to mu3. H1 mu I not equals to mu j for at least 1I not equals to j. Okay, step number 2, our F test. So based on the Excel output here, where is the F test? F test is here. F test is equals to 1.6864. Step number 3, F critical value. From the Excel output, this one is your F critical value. F critical value is F 0.05, nu1 is 2, Nu2 is 15 is equals to 3.6823. So step number 4, reject or accept H null. Since F test is equals to 1.6864 is less than F critical value 3.6823, you have to accept H null or do not reject H null. So the conclusion at alpha 0.05, since you do not reject H null, all population mean is similar. So sama je, guna brand apa pun dia punya actual amount product dia sama. So next exercise. The same question, but this time around by using p-value method. So by using the p-value method. So the p-value method we have 4 steps. Okay, step number 1, your H null and H1, the same hypothesis with the conventional method. Mu1 equals to mu2 equals to mu3. H1 mu I not equals to mu j for at least 1 I not equals to j. Step number 2, state your p-value. P-value is equals to here 0.2185. Step number 3, compare. Since our p-value is equals to 0.2185, 0.2 is more than alpha 0.05. Do not reject H null or accept H null. So step number 4, if you accept H null, your population means is similar at alpha 0.05. All population mean is equal. Let's see, it's easy, right, for one-way ANOVA. So good luck, guys.